What's going on, guys? PS Cam 20 back again with a brand new video. You already know what day it is. It's FIA Racing Day. We are here in our Aston Martin, about to get started on the qualifier at the South Loop at the Tokyo Expressway. So we jump here into qualifying. We rev the engine a little bit. As we start getting to our flyer lap, we hit the chicane of death here, and we actually are able to gain up to the 12th place guy. So we're actually trying to bump him out of, not bump him out of the way, but bump draft him, so we can try to gain a little bit more speed heading down the long straight that we have in the background, or the back straightaway, to try to increase our time. And we actually get a second place, but I look down, there's still a lot of cars running, so I don't know if I'll be able to hold on to the second place as we jump to the end of the qualifying. And we are actually able to manage a 5th place, which is not too bad, because you really don't want to start in first, but you also don't want to start in like 6th or 7th or anywhere behind there, because you just want to stay in the lead pack and try to stay in the draft the entire race. And that's going to be the key to winning this race. So we get started here. We pass the start finish line, and we're right behind 4th here. We're giving him a little bit of a bump, but try to give a look on the outside. But stay behind the slipstream right here, because it's more important to stay behind the slipstream as we fast forward all the way up into the chicane. Everything's clean so far. No bumps. Luckily, this is the first hard braking point, and it looks like we get through cleanly. But behind us, there's a different story there. So you see the Mercedes actually decides to not brake and just slam right into the wall. Comes back to the track, and the Aston Martin loses it, spins right next to the Mercedes, and we continue on to lap 1. So continue on to the back straightaway. We're giving forth a little bump draft there, so we can try to push him up to 3rd place, as we are trying to just break away from the rest of the pack, because the more we can break away from the pack, the easier it is going to be for us to stay in a single file line and just slipstream each other and save fuel, so we don't have to be racing with any other people in the pack. So going to the chicane of death, are we going to be able to make it through cleanly? We give forth a little bump as we brake a little late, but we all make it in cleanly. And I believe everyone else behind us makes it in cleanly as we jump into the 2nd lap here. And so yeah, like again, the strategy was just to break away from the rest of the pack so we can stay in a slipstream, save some fuel, not wear out the tires a lot, and then try to at least be near the front towards the last 1 or 2 laps, or the last 2 laps, so we can try to at least make a fight to win the race. So we jump up to lap 4 here. We're heading to the hairpin, and we kind of go a little bit wide. We almost lose the draft here. As you see, 6th place kind of lost the draft from us. They're about 1.6 seconds behind us, so they lost the draft, so they're not going to be able to be contending for the win here. We give 4th place a little bit of a bump draft as we head into the chicane of death, and we fast forward to the 5th lap here, and we see that 3rd place actually has a penalty, so he's going to have to serve the penalty right here. He's got a 0.5 seconds, and we're like right behind him, so we might overtake him because of the penalty and jump up into 4th position. So this might help us a little bit, because it might shrink in the pack size, so the 4 of us can try to at least run away with this and not have to worry about racing. So you saw 2nd place was actually a little further from us, but I was able to bump draft 3rd place to get closer to 2nd place's slipstream. And now we're in their slipstream, and they're towing us in, and we actually brake really, really late going into this turn. Or actually, I don't know if 1st place just braked too early, but something happened when we were able to make up a ton of ground, exiting or entering the hairpin, and then exiting the hairpin. We were directly in their slipstream. So now we're heading towards the chicane of death here on lap 9. And we're all tucked in 1 through 5, and we're just staying in the slipstream. You see we have a huge gap away from 6th place. We hit the chicane of death, and 1st place actually loses it. And that is going to be an easy overtake and moves us into 3rd place there. Now we're on the podium, and I believe it's just us 4 that are going to be in the lead pack here, as 2nd place actually tries to make a maneuver around 1st place as we're heading to the 10th lap here. And this is going to be the lap that we actually pitted since we started on the mediums. So 1st and 2nd are fighting. I don't know where to go here, and actually give 2nd place a little bump, because I don't want to try fighting with them, because it's better for us to just stay in a single file line so we can break away from 4th, or not 4th but 5th, as we head into the pits here. And we all get the same idea, so we all head into the pits. And I've been testing out a lot of different fuel strategies, but it seemed like the best fuel strategy was to get it as close as you can to the amount of laps left in the race. So we wait, and we just underfuel it just by a tad bit because we're going to be able to save fuel a little bit as we head into the slipstream. Heading out the pits here, you can see we got a couple of cars that actually ended up ahead of us, so we're down to 6th place, but we're still kind of in the lead pack here, and this is kind of the race right here, because if we can try to maneuver our way through the front 2 cars that didn't pit nice and swiftly and cleanly, we can actually try to break away with just me and another car away from the other cars, and then just kind of run away with it and just stay behind the slipstream until the final lap. So again, this part's going to be very, very crucial. As you see, 4th is trying to make around 3rd place. 3rd place still hasn't pit. And 3rd place actually covers up 5th, and so me and 5th kind of make a contact right there, and I try to bump drive 4th into ahead of 5th right there. So bump draft him, and we're pushing him, and we're able to get into 5th place here as we head into the S's. 4th place actually runs a little bit wide, hits the wall right there, and we kind of fight him to the front. We kind of hit the wall right there too, and you can see right there the 2nd and 3rd are actually running away with it, and that's not good for us. We want to stay in their slipstream, and we jump up into the end of lap 11 here, and I believe one of the cars in front of us actually went to the pits as we get overtaken by 3rd, and we're in a 3-car pack here trying to trying to get back to the front 2 guys right there as they were able to pull away from us. So we head into the chicane of death, and 3rd place is actually, he's not really fast. Like I don't know if it's the car or if it's just him, but he just wasn't racing fast. I kept trying to bump draft him, but you see right there that we're actually losing time away from 1st place. So that's probably one of my first mistakes I did here, is I was trying to help 3rd place to try to catch up to the front 2, and you can see right there the leader that actually hit the wall in the chicane of death is actually right behind us now, and so he's actually faster than us, so I might as well just try to stay with him, but I stayed with 3rd place, which is, like, again, the mistake that I made of this race is to stay behind 3rd place and try to help him out getting into the front, because I didn't want to fight with 5th place because I knew he was faster than me. You can see right there 3rd place is trying to signal me to go to the right, but I didn't want to force the issue and fight because it was just going to slow us down even more. So I see the Jaguar actually just passes me, so I think to myself now, I'm just thinking that it might be better to just help the Jaguars catch up to the front 2, because I know he's a lot faster. So he heads to a chicane of death here on lap 13, and 3rd and 4th actually made contact there, so my momentum carried me to next to the Jaguar, but we're gonna go 3 wide here as we head down the front straightaway, and we're bumping left and right there. I try to go as clean as I can, but we make a little bit of contact there, and let the Jaguar go ahead of us, and I make contact with him as he makes contact with the wall, and we stay in 4th here. So now I see 3rd place, and he's a lot faster than the Aston Martin, not the Aston Martin, but the Alfa Romeo, and so I decided to just help him, and it's basically now a 2-man job to try to catch up to the front 2 with just 4 laps left, and you can see we are 3.6 seconds behind. As we jump up into lap 16, we're actually closing in the gap a little bit, and we get a good slipstream from the Aston Martin that's in 19th place here, so that's actually going to help us heading into this final part of the lap here. We get a little tow here from the Aston Martin, because I think even though it's a ghost, it still gives us a little slipstream, even though they're ghosted on the track. So we jump up to lap 17, and you can see right there that 2nd place has a penalty, so that's going to help us out a lot, because we're going to see that he's actually going to drop back to us, so we're going to probably be able to get to his tail, and then 1st place is going to be completely alone. But are we going to be able to do this within a certain amount of time, because we only have like about a lap and a half left, as we're already halfway through the 17th lap. So 2nd place serves his penalty right now, and he falls back, so let's see how much we gain on him, as we have actually gained about 6/10 on the leader already. And you see right here, just heading towards the chicane of death, we were able to gain at least 0.5 of a second on the leader. We head down to the final lap here, and we're about 2.8 seconds away from the leader, but this is where it's go time now. We are pushing with all our marbles here, and I actually go a little too wide because I brake a little too late heading to turn 1 there. And you can see we still have enough fuel to push it, so I'm trying to go as hard as I can here, but my tires are not working with me. They're worn out because I put on this. I have the softs on, and I've been running on them for about 8 laps now. That's about the lifespan of the tire. So we head into the hairpin. I think that all hope is lost as we head into the hairpin, And second and third going very, very cleanly, but actually second takes a wide entrance and makes contact with third, and that gives us second place. So we're able to jump up from fourth place to second place in a span of one corner, because third and fourth actually make contact, and third actually gets a penalty. So all we got to do now is just run these last few corners cleanly, and we'll get a second place position here, as first has just ran away with this race as he's all the way up by 3.3 seconds. So my biggest worry here was that the Jaguar was going to pump me out of the way or something, because he literally has no one behind him. So if he punts us out of the way, he could still get a second place. So we head out the chicane of death, and we look behind us just to make sure the Jaguar's not going to make anything crazy. But I think we were far enough ahead as we head towards the end out of the last corner here and onto the straightaway, and it looks like we're going to get a second place here, and we do get a second place here. Awesome race, very, very entertaining final half of the race, as the first half was just us staying behind the slipstream. So very, very good race. We're able to make up a huge amount of points on our FIA Manufacturer Cup standings here, and I believe we were able to make about 3 or 4 places into the Aston Martin standings here too as well. So really, really helped us out getting the second place. I wish we would have gotten the win, but I'll just take it for right now and try to get the win next week. So anyways, hope you guys really enjoyed the race. If you guys did, leave us a like, subscribe to see more content from me, and also ring the notification bell to be notified whenever I make a brand new video. Hope you guys really enjoyed the race again. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.